it's Elle, and welcome back to the Little Bloom Library. This is actually my second time recording this because I got 8 minutes into a character profile before realizing that my microphone was not recording anything I was saying. So, welcome back to another Nano long form video. This one actually might be a little bit longer, but now that I have spent 8 minutes talking about it before, I might be able to condense it a little bit. But we are one day away from the middle of November. I have been only a few days ahead of schedule this entire time so far. I got to about 26.5k last night. I am only a few days ahead of schedule as we're only supposed to hit 25k tomorrow, so I'm really only about maybe a day ahead of schedule as far as I'm concerned. I have been trying to be very mindful about taking my time with this Nano. Usually I finish NaNoWriMo around this week. This is usually when I start the descent and begin to finish my novel, and then I don't write for the rest of November. But like I said, I'm pretty much on schedule this year. I have so much else going on that I've been trying very hard to make sure that I am gentle with myself and that I'm not rushing myself and not pushing myself to do more than I have the energy or time for. And it's been really incredible this year doing it that way. I have been finding it a lot easier to write, and it's a lot less stressful without my own self-imposed deadline of the 15th rather than the 30th. So I'm having a lot of fun with that. But as I said at the beginning, this is my second time recording this. I was in the middle of a character profile, and today will be the first character profile of November that I'm going to share with you guys. And we are going to be talking today about Rafasis, who is my unsung hero, kind of. My unintentional MC. The man who was supposed to stick around for a single introductory chapter and has made it through 15 so far. So I am really excited to talk to you guys about him. So like I said, Rafasis was meant to be a character that introduced the world's problems. He was not meant to stick around. He was only meant to kind of highlight what was happening with the clerics. And in this world, the clerics were the first to notice that something was off. In the world that I've created, the gods are not hand-holdy, the way that they are in a lot of D&D campaigns where you see clerics communicating frequently with their deities, with deities being active participants in the lives of humans. In the world that I've created, they're not so active. They are around, and Alophea is considered one of the more active deities within the world. But even then, she's only known for giving gentle nudges to make sure that history goes in a beneficial direction for humanity. She's not appearing in splendor to people in their bedrooms at night. She's not giving detailed prophecies to seers to let them know what she wants people to know. She's simply giving gentle nudges, and not even all that often. So, Rafasis is a cleric of Alophea, and over the past few months of the beginning point of this world, the clerics were noticing that deities were going missing. And they really only had this information because even those who were clerics of Alophea noticed that while they didn't hear from her often, they were slowly beginning to hear from her less and less and less. And on top of that, magic was getting harder and harder and harder to cast. And Rafasis was one of her clerics and noticed her slow withdraw from humanity and the fact that he could no longer really cast magic the same way. But the problem is, Rafasis is a little bit of an enigma. He's a little bit of a liar. He's a little bit of a bad person. He, unlike the rest of the clerics, has kept to his lies. Every other cleric has been very honest with the people that they heal, saying, well, we haven't been hearing from the gods as much lately, and my magic isn't as strong as it used to be, but we're working on it. We're coming together. We are finding a way to work with what we have now, and we will be open and honest with you in communicating what's happening with us so that you have less to be afraid of. Rafasis, on the other hand, just went, I hear from her as regularly as I used to. My magic is totally fine, and I'm not worried about anything. And that's kind of what I think ended up putting him in the spotlight unintentionally. because he is so different from the rest of the clerics. His closest friend is also a cleric of Alothea who is actually leading the rest of the clerics and trying to figure out what is going on and why they don't have magic, and is the most outspoken to the rest of the city what is happening and being honest about it. And he's not, but she doesn't know that. At the point of the story I'm in right now, she does know that actually, but at the beginning, she didn't know that he was lying. She didn't know that he didn't hear from her, that his magic wasn't working even though he was trying. But essentially, at the beginning of the novel, and the reason why he was only supposed to be a part of the introduction, is our patient zero. Our patient zero is named Nira, and Nira had been sick with an unknown wasting illness for the last year, and Rafasis was called to essentially give final rites and healing to her. And when he got there, he saw how awful this girl was and how death would be a mercy for her. And he had some inner turmoil of, I can't heal her and she's in so much pain. The best I can do is tell her how long she has left. And what he told her was 3 days. And he felt insanely guilty about the fact that she was in so much agony, but relief at the fact that even though he couldn't heal her, that her suffering would be over soon. But 3 days go by, and Nira doesn't die. She is alive, and she's still suffering. Rafasis had a mother who unfortunately passed before the start of the novel, and she was a druid who was incredibly focused on healing. And that's sort of where he got his desire to be a healer as well, is from his mother. He wanted to continue her legacy. But because it wasn't his dream necessarily, he tends to be a rather impersonal healer. You think most clerics are kind, loving, gentle, communicative, and want to be personally involved with the lives of people that they're going to be spending a lot of time with. They're invested in these people. Rafasis is not. But when Nira didn't die, he took that personally. Not as in it was a personal failing, but the fact that he felt so guilty that he had told this girl that her suffering was almost over, and then it wasn't. He's an incredible mix of a healer who you think would be someone who is focused on honesty and helping and healing. And even though he wants to do those things, and that in his mind is why he's been lying, because people need to believe that there are still people who can heal out there, at the same time, he is lying. He can't help, but he's trying to make people believe that he can. And I also think that's partially why he became a main character, is because the dichotomy of Rafasis' mind is insane. It's so much fun to dig into. The character profile for Rafasis is amazing. He is such an incredible character to write because he has so much going on all of the freaking time. And he has so many warring thoughts within himself and within his idea of what his place is in society and how he functions as a healer who can't heal anymore, and how he's supposed to navigate this new world order that he has been spending so long trying to avoid and pretending didn't even exist. But I love him. I love him. I love him so much. He's the perfect way to write the what if. What if this situation that I have created happened? What if? What if that happened? And what if someone like him existed in a world like that? And that is just one of the most exciting, fun, exhilarating things to write. But that is my first character profile over and done with. If you have any questions about Rafasis, don't hesitate to ask. I would love to talk about him forever. So leave any comments, questions, concerns you have in the comment section below. I would love to hear y'all's thoughts on this character profile, and I hope you are excited. I have, I believe, 4 or 5 more character profiles that I can go through if you guys are interested in. And I will see you guys again whenever I see you, and good luck with your nanoing. I hope you guys are doing so well and having so much fun, and I will see you next time. So until then, peace out guys, and happy writing!